Hello and welcome to another Plotting Shed presentation. You're listening to Rachel McCartney from Plant Plots. This week we're looking at how we go about choosing plants for the garden. We always try to make gardening as easy as possible. Having had a big think about this, we've broken it down into 3 steps that you can follow. To work with your weather, to check the size in 5, and to fill the space that you have in your garden properly. Now, working with your weather, this is the most important. You need to create a list of plants that will grow well in your weather. But you don't think about the weather in the summer. You think about the worst that the weather can throw at you. Because if your plant can survive that and still look happy and healthy, then when the weather is great, your garden is only going to look better. Step 2. Check the size in 5. Every plant label or every plant that you buy always has a height and spread size to it, and that's the size that it's going to get in 5 years' time. You have to think ahead. Have you got enough space for that plant to grow in? Because if you plant it, you're going to have to spend an awful lot of time and effort keeping it the size that you want it to be, rather than the size the plant wants to be. Working in 3 dimensions. Now this is the most tricky bit. So again, we have tried to break this down into some very simple ideas so that you can apply the theory to your garden and create a garden border that you're happy with, that grows well, that fills the space of the garden properly. Gardens aren't flat. The space you're going to plant is not flat. You have a 3-dimensional area you need to fill. The blue box represents the amount of space the garden border needs to fill. Similarly here in the front border, that's represented by the pink block. We've tried to simplify the variety of shapes of plants that there are and sort of squashed it down to 4 very basic groups. So you've got those that are roughly symmetrical, plants that tend to get taller at the top than at the bottom, flatties and skinnies. What we can do is we can apply those basic shapes to our border to see if we can find a way that we can put the boxes into the border, a bit like Tetris or a bit like Lego, and build it up so that we can fill the space. Now you know exactly how many of which type of plant you need. In this case, we've got 1 wider at the top. There are 9 boxes of various sizes. We've got 3 taller, thinner ones and 2 flatties. Now, because we've already made a list of the plants that not only grow well in the garden, but will fit in the garden, by using this system of boxes and cubes, we can now run down the list of those plants and match the shapes to the boxes. The last bit, though, is down to you. It's the one bit we can't help you with because it's all to do with your personal preference. What is my favourite colour and my favourite style of planting and how I want the garden to make me feel is going to be different to you. But by using this system, you can very easily chop and change different shaped plants to make different types of borders. So in this case, we decided to go for bright and happy, vibrant coloured plants. But we could just as easily have changed those plants using the same shapes and created a border and a whole garden field that's very much different. You've been listening to Rachel McCartney. This is a Plotting Shed podcast. Thank you very much for listening. If you have any queries, please email us, design@plantplots.com, or you can upload any pictures or comments to our Facebook page. If you'd like to subscribe, that would be great. Thank you very much, and thank you for listening.